Hello guys, it is snowing in Savannah, Georgia. What the heck? It started icing last night, it was sleeting, and we woke up this morning to, I don't know how many inches, probably like 3 to 4 inches out there at least, and I don't know, it's just exciting to see snow. We're used to the snow because we moved from North Carolina, and I'm originally from Ohio, but it's not really, it doesn't really come this far south. It can happen here, but yeah, it was just nice to see the snow. It is trying to melt a little bit now that the sun's out, but it's going to freeze tonight. So yeah, it's going to be very icy out there in the morning. Okay, once back up. Tomorrow is my shop prep day, so I'll be doing that all day tomorrow. I'll probably edit a bit later too. Yeah. Oh, let me show you my alocasia. If you notice behind me, I did that yesterday. I just did it in my own time. I actually just filmed a little bit of what I did and put it on my Instagram story. But let me show you, it's my alocasia regal shields. Yeah. He's like, look at him. You just a purring away. Yeah. He's so loud. It's so cute. Dun dun dun. Doesn't she look amazing? So this was in my plant room, and a couple days ago I had heard a crash and I looked and this plant fell onto the floor. I have it in a 11 by 10 inch self-watering planter, and then I upsized it in pond, and I got the leaves all cleaned. I think I'll put it out on the patio once spring gets here, but it's too big to actually put back into my plant room. And then I put another little tiny grow light beside this one because my ring of fire is right here. This was one of my very first alocasias. It's been with me for a really long time. This is a really old plant. Also, you guys, there is a inflow, and I think I mentioned that I tried pollinating it, but I actually am hopeful that it's successful. I did this one, I think on December 30th is what I marked, but I don't know if it worked. But if I get berries, that's going to be really exciting, because then I would have created like an alocasia hybrid. So I don't know, I'm hopeful. I feel like it's worked. This part here broke off when it fell, like the top part of this, but right in here is where all the berries would form if it did take, so I'm crossing my fingers. I hope by me repotting this plant didn't affect that at all. If anything, I feel like it would appreciate it because it's so root bound. I actually have several small plants that I wanted to go ahead and get potted up into semi-hydro, but I just remembered I used all of my pond that I had rinsed for the regal shields, so I don't want to go outside and rinse more because of all the snow out there. So I think I'll just wait and rinse some like once all the snow and stuff melts. So yeah, I think I'll probably just maybe do some propagating, and maybe there's some stuff that I'll pot up into like a soil mix, but we'll see. So I brought the first one out. I have a little table here. This is, let me show you, this is syngonium batik elbow variegated. It's stunning. We got those leaves. These ones are really pretty down here. That one. It's got a really good color. I really should upsize it. It's actually not super rooted. I think it's just all the root system is just down further. So I might like take this out and resituate it. And there is 2 plants in here. There's 2 vines here and here. So I think what I'll do is just cut them both back, maybe to like here, and have a shorter plant, and I'll let it regrow. That way I'll have some cuttings for the shop. Cleaning shears. All right, I'm gonna face you the other way. This is getting ready to push a new leaf up here, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and just cut right below and do a top cutting. because it's getting ready to do a ton of roots. So I'll just stick these in some water. One, and then we'll do this beautiful mid-cutting. I don't own many syngonium varieties now. I let a lot go. I still have several that I like my chia pens. I have the regular and the variegated, and I have the syngonium albo still. And this one, I'm trying to think, that might be all of them. That is a real pretty leaf. Let's do this one here. Oh, that's interesting. This is a mid-cut, but it's pushing its own little growth right here. I wonder if it's like shooting a new node. Oh, that's so interesting. Oh, it's getting so short now. This one over here, actually, this vine, it hasn't grown very much, but the growth is really white, actually, and this new leaf is actually all white. I'm wondering if I should wait and chop that one. I might have to just behead it to get rid of the white. I'm going to go ahead and do one more cutting. This node is doing the same thing. That is so interesting. I don't know if I've noticed a syngonium doing that before. It's like activating the growth point, a new growth point, while it's still attached. Oh, I really like this leaf. Do I cut one more or do I leave this one? 4 cuttings. I think I'll take another one. Five cuttings. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to take. It's still a really cute plant for me. And then we'll have 5 beautiful cuttings to root. Once the mid cuts, activate growth, I'll let those go. And then the top cut, once it starts rooting and acclimates, I'll be able to let this one go a lot sooner. Let me get a little tray and we'll repot this guy. This is the one I was using last night with Pawn. I have a mess in this bathroom to clean up. Syngoniums root like crazy. Try to loosen some of this. Whoops, pulled a little rootage off. I would put this in a little bit of a bigger pot, but I don't really have the pond right now. I think it'll be okay in here. Okay, the next plant I want to gently upsize. And I think I'm going to try taking a propagation because I don't know, the last round of props that I did on this one, they just didn't do that well. I feel like I got them to root and I potted them up. And I think it's because I kept them out of lower humidity while it was trying to root. So I think I'll just take one cutting, stick it in water, let it root. And once it roots, I'll put it in high humidity until it establishes and then I can acclimate it out. I'm going to try that. It's actually pushing several random, like, different shoots of growth. There's like one down there. There's one on the side. It has this vine here. I love this begonia. This is the snow-capped variegated. I took a picture of this one recently, so that's why I kind of want to go ahead and just take a cutting. And then, oh, it's still in the original mix. It dries very quickly. It has very fine roots. So I think I want to go ahead and like gently upsize it and go to a 4-inch. That way it can retain a little bit of moisture because I feel like I'm having to water this guy pretty often. I'm trying to decide where I should take a cutting. It's getting a little heavy like in the front as well. I love like the cascading, the trailing vibe that this thing is doing. I think I'll try and take a cutting from the end here. I think I'm just going to take a top cutting. Let me pinch you. The spacing's pretty tight on this end part. Let's see. Just went for it. I beheaded her. See, it's going to be very difficult trying to root this in some water. I'd like to keep all these leaves if I can. I'll have to find something for this. Okay. So because this plant has a pretty fine root system, I am just going to use my prop mix, which has a tree fern base, but I changed my prop mix a little bit. It's, let me get a scoop. So it's mostly tree fern, and then I have perlite, and then I added some worm castings for some nutrients, and then there's a little bit of charcoal in there. So I think I'm going to use this, and then just, No. And then just plop and fill. Plop it right down in here. It's not as wobbly. She pretty. I'm gonna give her a little drink. This is a coffee cup. I think I found this at Target one year. It's so cute. It has like a little, I don't know what kind of bird that is. It even has a monstera. It doesn't fit that well now that it's a bigger pot, but it'll do for now. I like the pot because it's pink. Oh well, you can't really notice too much. So pretty. Look at all that beautiful pink. A little bit of a tight squeeze, but we got her down in here. And hopefully I'll have better luck with this one this time. Okay, I took a little snack break and I am back. I have 2 more plants that I'm going to do with you, and then I think I'll call it on Plant Chores for today. I have a lot of stuff that I need to do, but they're kind of bigger projects as far as like moss pole stuff. I have a lot of plants I want to propagate back, and I have a lot of props that I need to make that I think I'll end up doing a lot of that stuff on my own. And I also want to move some anthurium out of pond, and I have a lot of plants to put into pond. And I don't have any pond rents, so I'm trying to think of stuff that doesn't need pond right now. So I think I'm going to go ahead and quickly take care of my orchid. I got this one over Vlogmas that I did for the holiday season. It's so pretty. The blooms are still holding on and doing well. I'm a little worried about messing with it, but I think I'm just going to go ahead. It's actually not in a pot, it's just moss in here. And I'd rather go ahead and just put it into one of these and create more airflow and everything. I think it's just going to, I don't know, I just want to go ahead and do it before the roots start rotting. And I was trying to think of another plant that I could put into my airwood mix, and it's this little hoya cutting here. It's so cute. So this is a Hoya serpens. It's really, really silver though. Can you see? So I've had this cutting for a little bit. It's been in stratum, and this was actually my second one. So the first one I purchased is dead. It's right here. It was just one node that they were selling. I should have known not buying a one node cutting. And I usually don't have any problems like rooting Hoya, but it just clearly, it just like rotted away. And I really wanted one, so I found this one, and so I just went ahead and purchased, I think it was 3 nodes, and then she sent me like, it ended up being 4 nodes. And so I stuck it in stratum, and it's already rooted. I feel like it's rooted pretty good. So I feel like I want to go ahead and get it out of here and pot it into like my tree fern mix. So I think I'll do this guy first, and then we'll tackle the orchid. I'm gonna dump this out and check the root system. Oh yeah. Happy with that. I'm worried even this pot's gonna be too big right now. Actually, I think it'll be okay. I have some of my aroid mix from a different plant that I didn't want to like waste. I just added a little bit of my extra tree fern mix. So I'm just going to use some of this. I can't wait for it to start growing. I feel like, yeah, there's not a growth point yet. So hopefully soon. It's so petite and tiny. I hope it does well though. I'll water that here. I'll use a little bit of my nutrient mix. I'm just gonna do a little bit. There, that's plenty. I'll probably stick this guy in my roadsta so it can get a little extra humidity and light, just, you know, to help it kind of establish in there. This is not Dawn Power Wash, it's the Pure Crop. For the orchid mix, I am going to use this here. So in this box I have some, this is perlite, it's just chunky perlite. And this I got free with a purchase that I did. It's the Orchiata Classic bark, which I've never used Orchiata before, so I'm actually really excited to use this bark and try it out. I'm also going to throw in a little bit of horticultural charcoal in the mix, so it's just going to be those three components. That's the perlite. I got this perlite from this, I forget which brand it is, off Amazon to try it out. It was bigger than I had anticipated because I was looking for something a bit smaller. Oh, there goes a piece. Okay, this is a bit small. It says they're classic size. I actually have some bigger pieces as well, so maybe I'll use both. Okay, and then I have a little bit of some larger size. right, that is our orchid mix. I watered this the other day, so it's a little damp. But I just want to make sure that the roots are getting enough oxygen, because I feel like, yeah, there's like nothing surrounding it. You can see the roots there though. I just don't want them to rot away. Oh, I didn't even notice that it's literally just, oh, there's a fungus gnat. It was literally just stuck inside of there. There's like a big moss clump in the middle. That's really packed in here. I mean, honestly, the roots look pretty good. I mean, there's a couple like rotted ones to clip away and a couple like rotted spots here that I can cut away. There's like one in the middle that's a little rotted, but it looks pretty good. The base here was starting to rot, like those roots, so I'm glad I'm freeing it when I did. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna rinse this or anything. I was thinking about spritzing it with some hydrogen peroxide, but I think I'll just leave it. I literally made up the perfect amount. That looks good. Look at that. You can see the root system. Look how nice that looks. I love that bark. I don't have any nice pots for these, so I'll probably just sit it in this one until I can get some tall orchid, like decorative pots. I'll just wash this out and sit it in here like I did with my other orchid, and then we'll give her a little water at the sink. Okay, next I'm going to play some anthurium footage. It's where I started taking the berries off and planting all the seedlings so I can germinate them and grow them out. I took this footage probably 2 weeks ago, so it's been a little bit. So I'll share some of that process with you, and then I'll come back on and give you an update on how they're doing. I also need to make another tray because the inflow is actually starting to yellow and I have a ton more berries to take off, so I need to do that soon. But this is the anthurium Doriakii Forgetii hybrid, and I crossed it with magnificum. So those are the little seedlings that I planted, and I'm so excited to see what they're going to grow into and everything. So I hope you enjoy this little footage. I have done it, I think, 2 times on my channel. I have some separate videos on that. So if you're wanting more like info on that, I can link those videos down below. I pollinated my clarinervium before, and they also had crystal mag. I think I had like 361 seeds from that one that I did the same process with. And yeah, I'll see you back here for an update. I wanted to show you this anthurium. Look how massive this leaf is. Do you see? There's actually two plants in here, but I'm gonna separate them because I don't know what I was thinking. Plants that have gotten huge, I'm going to separate. But this is the hybrid I got from Jonah. It's her Doriakii and Forgetii, and then that's her hybrid, and then I crossed it with magnificum. This was my magnificum that was doing well before I ended up repotting it. It had some raw issues and I put it into pond, but I think there's a few anthuriums that I want to put back into like my aroid mix because they were in a different mix before, so I don't feel like they're the happiest in pond. But this one is in pond and it seems to love it. This one doesn't mind. And here is, I have another inflow that's come in, and I wasn't expecting anything to happen with this. Watch me pull some berries off. I have this little netting so to help protect it. I took a ton of berries off already. I had 83 seeds, like in each one of these berries, most of them have had 2 seeds. And when I was putting this netting back on, like 10 more berries fell off. So I had to like squeeze more seeds. So I probably have over 100 seeds right now in a seedling tray. But yeah, a lot of these are ripe. I need to like get these off. Let me bring it closer. Do you see? Look at all those. It's crazy. They just pull right off. Let me peel one and show you. If you like bend it, they'll just pop right out. Little berry, and then if you press it, it'll pop out the little seeds, the little white seeds. That's the berry shell, and then that has, was there just one? Yeah, just one seed in that one. I'm gonna make another tray. I'm gonna go get a tray and some moss, and I'm gonna fill the tray up with moss off camera just so that it's ready, and then I'll do like a couple of these with you, and I'll show you the other tray that I made. They haven't sprouted yet. Well, I haven't checked them, but I don't think it's even been a week since I did those. So yeah, I'm not expecting them to have sprouted or anything yet. Yeah, then I'll have like a ton of baby anthuriums again. So these are the trays. These hold 40 cells. There's like 40 of these. So there's like a bottom tray and then all your individual cells. And they do have a hole on the bottom. And this is the lid. And then I have the, go ahead and put these on. These are the vent hole things at the top. So that you can open and close. So I go like that. So I've been doing 2 per cell, but like I said, I had more berries that came off. So I think there's like 3 seeds in here. I'll show you when I go in there. I took a peek at them real quick, and some of them are just now starting to germinate. I'll have to get some more moss and perlite, but yeah, I'm just filling each individual pod. Like so. We got some moss down in there. And it's berry picking time. It's so fun. I don't know. I really enjoy this process. I just think it's so fun. But there's so many berries, you guys. It's insane. They just literally like come, they're so squishy. Like the berry popped already, and see that one has 2 seeds. Oh, I almost fell. Do you see 2 seeds in that berry? So I'm just putting the seeds in a little cup of water. They kind of have a slimy outer coat, but I just kind of swish them around in there, and then I'll plant them. It's crazy that there's 2 seeds per berry, because these are tiny berries, unlike clarinervium. Yeah, they literally, like, I could go like this, like, and they'll just fall off. If some of the seeds don't germinate, or ones that just aren't growing well, I'm just going to toss those. like runts per se. I had some runts from all those, you know, berries I took off my crystal mag, and I ended up they just didn't grow well, so I ended up just tossing a lot of them that were remaining. I sold quite a bit of them though. I have a few left that were kind of like rehabbing. I let a tray accidentally go too dry. So if those ones grow okay, I'll have like a few crystal mags left, but if they don't, then I'll just get rid of them. I just wanted to quickly show you, I have these seedling trays right here squished until I can make room. But this is the tray that I just did. I had to put a 4 seed because I picked off too many berries, and I still have so many berries left, you guys. So there's about 125 seeds in here. And this is the first round that I did probably like a week ago. And I have these on a heating mat, so it's getting pretty like warm temperatures. I just have to make sure that the moss and stuff doesn't dry out, so I'll have to keep an eye on these. And once I kind of clear out some containers, I'll have more room. I'll be able to squeeze them or spread them out a little bit more. So yeah, that's where I'm keeping them for right now. I'll probably spend some time in here a little bit tomorrow, and then like Thursday and Friday. Okay, so this is the first tray that I did, and I have little leaves, you guys. Oh, they're so cute. I actually need to add some water on some of the ones in the middle before they dry out. So I took these on 1/3/25, and today is the 21st or 22nd of January. So it's been a little over, I would say, 2 weeks. And you can see the little leaves. Look. They're so cute. There's so many. And so I think I did about 3 to 4 anthurium per pod. And once they actually grow a bit more, I'll sell them as 2 seedlings each once they get a little bit bigger, because these are just now starting to grow little leaves. And this one here, I'll have to add water on the ones in the middle. I have these on a heating mat. I did these on 1/7, which was only like 4 days later, but it's interesting because none of these have popped up yet. Well, some of them are starting to germinate. You can see a little bit. They're starting to. So that is interesting. So yeah, I have another 3 or 4 seeds per pod on these as well. And yeah, I'll have at least one more of these, maybe 2, but I need to get those berries off like really soon. I did give away 2 seedlings already as like a freebie. Somebody purchased my clarinervium and potato radiatum hybrid. I have one more of those left, and so I gave her a couple seeds with it. So I'm excited for her to grow them out. They were already starting to germinate, but I'm excited for her. I'm actually really excited to see what these are gonna look like. So super exciting. So I hope you enjoyed this random little plant chores. I have a lot of plant care and stuff to do, so I'll definitely film another one soon. I'll probably make some dedicated days. I'll probably make another dedicated moss pull day, and I'll probably do some stuff off camera. And I have a lot of anthurium repots to do. I have some that I need to pot up that are in moss, and I have a lot. I actually want to take a lot out of pond. I had started putting some in pond, and I feel like they don't really like it, so I want to put them in my tree fern mix. And then I also want to start propagating some, because some of them are starting to get really big, and yeah, I would like to propagate and start letting some of those go. And yeah, I have a ton of propagating and stuff to do. So many plants to pot up in here. But yeah, I will see you again for another planty video very soon. Thank you so much for watching and for being here, and I hope you enjoyed.